What's the bubble doing?
Because it's being cooked. It's being cooked. That's why the bubble is bubbling.
Three. Three or so.
Beneath the
I
starlight
want to be a three or so.
secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, soft touch your hand in mine, gets me every time.
Got pencil. Okay, this song is about I have a dream.
Lost in the city lights, our love's electric.
Really?